I'm sure you can tell by our faces that we are
freaking tired,
flipping exhausted. Hey, good morning everybody. We're here today on the last day of our Maxsold auction. It's pickup day. So we're running security today. Got a good crew here, and yeah, I think it's going to go pretty smoothly.
Yeah, so what's going to happen, I think it's like 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours?
Yeah, so there are 3 different pickups, 8:30 to 10:30, 10:30 to 12:30, and 12:30 to 2:30.
The winners of the auction come with their invoice, and they're escorted by Maxsold consultants throughout the house to pick up their items. We'll have cameras that are going to record the time lapse of everything going out, and we plan to check in with everyone on the other end. And
so yeah, 3 time-lapse cameras kind of covering the main areas, just to kind of get a feel for the emptying out process. I think that'll be kind of cool. Once the house is empty, everyone picks up their things. The settling process takes about a week to 10 days. And we should have our funds in that time, and that'll wrap everything up.
How are you feeling right now, knowing that our year's worth of stuff is going to be gone, and we're going to be in an empty home?
Well, it's just
sleeping on a mattress on the floor.
Right.
How are you feeling?
We've done that many times, but you know, it's just one of those things that it's one of the steps to the new life we've chosen. So I'm fine with it. I actually can't wait to get rid of the stuff and just be on our way.
I have mixed feelings. I'm excited. Yeah. I'm excited to see it go. I don't know. I have mixed feelings. I'm feeling very anxious. Yeah, I'm feeling very anxious, and I'm just hoping that the process goes well. That I'm just hoping that the process goes well, which I'm sure it will.
You know, I'm sure there'll be some things, you know, that happen during the course of the day, but you know, we just look at everything in its totality, and it's a means to an end.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, this time next year, we'll have a completely different set of things to worry about. That's what I always say.
That's true. That's true. And it's exciting to know that we're achieving one more milestone, and we're getting so much closer to getting on the road. Yay.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, we're going to wrap this up, and we'll pick up later. See ya. I'm sure you can tell by our faces that we are
freaking tired,
flipping exhausted. Yeah, big day today. Pretty crazy early on. Started about, well, I mean, time slots started at 8:30, but people showed up at 8, so kind of got an early start, and it was crazy for 2.5, 3 hours. Tons of people, line out the door, down the driveway to the sidewalk. There were, you know, a lot of people here. So,
and it's not a surprise because it was going to be a very warm day today. So I don't blame people for showing up early. Really?
Yeah, people wanted to get, you know, their stuff before it got hot. But so there are 3 time slots: A, B, and C. A and B are generally the smaller, you know, stuff, and then C is like the big pieces of furniture and stuff that you know, like rugs and things like that. Yeah, overall went well. Maxsold crew did a great job.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
They really kept everyone. They kept.
They kept the wolves at bay.
They kept the wolves at bay. They kind of kept the order, you know, given the fact that we had multiple people showing up and we had stuff upstairs, downstairs, in the garage, out in the backyard, and they had to coordinate and manage all of that. And
they were open to our needs as the homeowners.
Yes.
And you know, we set some ground rules, and we didn't want anybody on the carpeting without booties. We didn't want, you know, them running dollies and stuff over the carpeting, black tire dollies and things like that. So, I mean, they were pretty open to that. And for the most part, I had a couple of people grumble, but for the most part, people respected.
They were good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our what was their stuff now, but our home still, so.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they coordinated all of the buyers coming in, finding and locating their lots, picking that up, taking that out. So they escorted them through the entire house. There wasn't a lot for Brian and I really to do security, so to speak.
Yeah.
It was interesting. I think we wanted more to be here just to understand the process and maybe just to kind of watch some of that go. And I'll be honest, for me, when the first items were going out, I don't know, I started to get a little emotional about the process. And but as the day went by and more started to empty out of the house, I don't know, I kind of came to terms with it, and now I feel good.
It got exciting after a while because there was just so much buzz and so much. I mean, people were generally thrilled to get our stuff. I mean,
they were.
You know, we had a ton of resellers here, so they came in. Obviously, their goal is to buy something super cheap and sell it for a profit. We get that. And that's what makes the world go around, right? So
that's true.
I had no problem with that, and I mean, some of those people are pros, so they bring in crews to help them and get the stuff cleared out relatively quickly and you know, efficiently.
And there were some people that bought tons of stuff.
Yeah,
they bought furniture and housewares and stuff outside, lawn equipment, and all kinds of stuff. So.
And we'd mentioned this before, I think, in the other video. Or maybe we didn't, I don't know, 440 lots. Yeah. We sold every lot except one, and that was an old chair out of our motorhome that for some reason people didn't dig, so.
It'd be a big market for the chairs, I don't know.
I mean, it was
it's in good condition.
Chocolate brown color, and you know.
Yeah, but it's all right.
Functional. Someone could have used it, but anyway, it's going in our garage sale tomorrow. I'm sure someone will pick that up. If they don't, it's going to Goodwill, Salvation Army, wherever.
Right. A couple of cases where people had paid for certain lots and either they didn't show. I think that happened about what, 4 or 5 times?
Yeah, I think there were 4 or 5 lots where people didn't show, and they forfeit the items.
Yeah.
Not only do they pay for it, so you know we get the money for that, but they forfeit their item, and then we get to do with whatever we want. So, I mean, we are having a yard sale tomorrow to get rid of. You know, those few things. We have quite a bit, actually.
We do.
But we had some stuff we were reserving anyway for a yard sale that wasn't in the auction.
And stuff that we were using up to this point that we didn't feel was auction worthy. And then there was, in some cases, where a lot had a lot of items in it, and they didn't take all of it. Right. So they left a few things behind for us too.
And
so
again, still their responsibility to you know, check their lots and make sure they have everything. So you can tell the room behind us empty. That's representative.
This is our family room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we spent a lot of time, and you could probably hear us echoing right now in the house because I mean there is nothing left in here. We have to go get our motorhome, or actually get into the motorhome just to get some chairs.
Bring some chairs over, and you know, best laid plans. You think about, you know, all the stuff you have to get rid of, and you know, here we are now. And when we sell the house, it has to be what's called broom clean, which means you sweep it out and, you know, get to knock the dust down and things like that. Well, we sold everything. We have nothing to do that with. So
which maybe that wasn't good planning on our part. I don't know.
We should. What's next?
What's next? Well, the yard sale is next.
Tomorrow.
And that's just to get rid of odds and ends, some stuff that we were using. I don't expect it to be a big money maker for us.
A couple $100 maybe, but that's fine. Whatever's left is going to Goodwill.
Right. We'll take all that to Goodwill, and then...
And it's mostly just small knickknacks. workbench I had out in the garage that I built that a person bid on.
Oops.
And for some reason said that they couldn't pick it up today, that they were going to pick it up on Sunday. Well, sorry, that's not the way it works.
No. They're pretty, Maxsold is pretty strict on that. They
Yeah.
have their start time and have their end time, and you need to come within those times to pick that up. And then Maxsold leaves the property, and they really don't want you to entertain late pickups and that type of thing. So they were pretty strict. And the other thing that they were pretty strict on is not assisting buyers with lifting furniture and carrying stuff out, because it's a liability for them. It can be a liability for us as well, so
Sure.
they frowned upon that. And there were a few people that had some medical issues that we did help them out with, but for the most part, it was just observation for us, and just kind of watching our stuff go bye-bye. Really excited though that our house is cleared out. I mean, that saved us, oh my gosh, that saved us so much time going this route, not having to have multiple yard sales and that sort of thing. So everyone came, picked up the stuff, moved it out basically for us to a mattress on the floor. We're gonna have to go to the motorhome and get some chairs to sit on. We're sitting on our poofs, our
Footstools that go in the motorhome.
Yeah, and we have paper plates and utensils and that type of thing to get us by for the next few days.
The next big milestone, if you will be getting everything into the motorhome and kind of doing that last purge of things.
Overall goal was to end the sale, the yard sale, everything, and have 3 plastic totes of keepsakes and that type of thing, and not have to have a storage unit, and I think we're going to be there.
Yeah, I think we're able to achieve that. So
that's exciting.
Yeah,
that we were able to achieve that goal. Yeah,
it's huge if you think about 32 years of life, all the memories that go with that, all the things that go with that. 3,000 square foot home. Everything that was packed into this thing is now going to be condensed into 3 plastic bins.
Yeah.
And then what we fit in our motorhome. And that's it. And you know what? That's all we need.
I think we move into the rig on Tuesday. Yeah. And then we kind of hang out for a few days until we close the house here. And then we move to an RV park and we head out. Actually, we start our journey with the news, with Fox 10 News first. They wanted to kind of see us off and document our launch date on May 9th.
And part of the news interview downtown, it's right in Metro Phoenix downtown, which is, we're a little...
right downtown.
Yeah. I don't think there's going to be any problem pulling into the studio. They have people that help kind of marshal us in and block traffic to get us out.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be a problem. I don't have much consternation about it.
I think it's going to be okay. I'm just only a hair worried.
And then from there to Mexico.
Here we come. And our full-time RV life is now within reach. Within reach. In fact, it's in, okay, so what's today? Saturday?
Well, now it's real.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah,
Tuesday.
There's no turning back now.
There's no turning back.
There's no having doubts, no, second guessing. This is a done deal.
This is a done deal, yeah. Yep, and for those who may have been like, they really gonna do this? We're really gonna do this because we have to now. That's our home. So that's in 2 days, 3 days. 3 days, we will be full-timers.
Yes, indeed. Well, I think that about wraps it up.
Yeah.
I know I'm exhausted, you're exhausted.
I'm exhausted and I would really like to put my feet up or something.
Yeah, we still need to make a couple trips to get a couple of things.
We do. I forgot about that.
We're gonna close this out. Again, if this is your first time joining us, thanks. Check out some of our other videos about how we got to where we are now. That'd be awesome.
Right.
Feel free to subscribe. Hit that
that's right. Hit the notification bell.
What she said.
Yes. And you'll know when we put out a video. We're really trying to put out a video at least once a week to update the process. And we're also looking forward to putting out material once we get to our destinations and sharing some of that.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
See ya.
Yeah.